Hello food fans, going to have a nice meal today, about a $7 type meal, so it's not the cheapest, not the most expensive. We're going to stick with Banquet for most of it. This is a Banquet Mega Bowl, and this is country fried chicken. Why does that sound familiar? Banquet country fried chicken? Well, maybe it's because we're also going to have a Banquet country fried chicken meal, the lower cost version. And the two meals together come to about $6, and we're also going to have a salad, and we're going to have a dessert, but it's not a secret. It's part of the Banquet serving, and it's going to be very good, very delicious, very delightful, easy to fix, nutritious, and it tastes good. So let's get started. And the food smells good, and I can tell you it is very hot out of the microwave. And we have chicken. We have small fried chicken steaks, and some chicken nuggets somewhere, right under here. Chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese and a brownie. So this is a pretty good meal to call a banquet, and that's what they call it. Let's see if this is too hot to eat or just the right temperature. Hope you're having a good day, good week. It is hot. Food is hot. Food is good. It's a very good recipe that Banquet has for chicken fried steak. Bite size, bite size, bite size, bite size. And I'm still getting root beer not at Kroger, at Wal Mart for $1 for 2 liters. And they ran out of root beer only one time since the sale started. It's very good tasting root beer. And put it over here. And the brownie is already revealed. That's part of the meal where I get 6 chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese and a brownie. For all my viewers who are planning on having show business careers, I'll tell you a couple things I've heard over the years that have been helpful. Somebody asked an actor one time, what does it mean when the casting director says he wants you to come to the audition as a character? And the actor who was being questioned said, when they want you to go to the audition as a character, that means wear a hat. Also, I heard an actor tell someone one time about wearing a hat. If you're in a scene and you have a funny hat that you have to wear into the scene, you come walking into the room wearing a funny hat. As soon as you get the laugh, lose the hat. The potatoes, mashed potatoes with the Banquet. This is the mega bowl, and the mashed potatoes are not only delicious, they're very hot. This mega bowl comes with gravy and potatoes and corn and chicken. And I'm sure they got a lot of good spices in there. you think of artificial intelligence and the potential for making movies with people who have been out of pictures for many years? For example, they're deceased and their family owns the rights to the person's image and voice. Should they make a brand new Humphrey Bogart movie or a brand new Gary Cooper movie, brand new Marilyn Monroe movie? I've seen some AI scenes that I definitely could not tell the difference between that and if the camera had actually been filming the person. Cameras are quickly becoming obsolete. We're supposed to have some cool weather in the Nashville area for the next couple of nights. I'm using Canon cameras. Not the big expensive ones, just middle of the road type pricing. I have a salad, and the salad is cabbage and carrots and tomatoes and ketchup and mayonnaise and relish. It's very good. I have it quite often. For any new viewers, I like cabbage. I make salad out of cabbage. The tomatoes in the salad are Roma tomatoes. They taste good, they look fresh all the time. Always wash them before I cook them or chop them up for a salad. And they are low priced compared to other tomatoes. Carrots always taste good. A lot of people think that carrots are good for the eyesight, and some doctors will tell you that carrots are good for the eyes. But an interesting story about carrots and eyesight. The rumor that carrots were good for eyesight started somewhere during World War II. The United States was flying missions where they bombed enemy cities or military sites, and they started flying at night, and they would bomb with great accuracy some target behind enemy lines. And they made a statement. They said that the reason they're able to bomb the targets so perfectly is because they've been eating the different, each pilot in the plane had to eat a lot of carrots, and their eyesight became very, very good, and they could see in the dark. It wasn't totally true, but they didn't want the enemy to know that they had discovered radar. And so they figured they'd just say our pilots can see just by looking out the windows. But if the enemy had known that we had radar, then maybe nutritional stories would have changed their theme. I remember when World War II ended for the United States, they had a VE Day, which is Victory in Europe, and then later they had VJ Day. The day that the horns were blaring victory in Europe, I lived in Hammond, Indiana, and the horns kept honking from, I guess, mid-afternoon until about midnight. Then about a month or two later, the planes that had been used in war in Europe came back to the United States. The American planes came back in formation. They had thousands of planes flying overhead in formation. They did fly over Hammond, Indiana, where I lived, and I could just look up, see planes, 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 planes. They had fighter planes, passenger planes, cargo planes, bombers. They were flying from somewhere to some place where they ended up flying over Chicago on the way, and part of the formation was over Hammond, Indiana. Let's hope that we have peace for the next 1,000 years or so. How much money can you make on YouTube? The answer is there's no specific amount. Some people use YouTube with Patreon, with GoFundMe. By becoming an associate with Amazon, by selling merch, or as I used to say, merchandise. The Mega Bowl banquet chicken meal is very delicious, great recipe. To become an Amazon associate, just go to Amazon, give them the information they need. Then if you're a YouTuber, for example, who has an Amazon account, you can leave a link to your product at Amazon. For example, I would sell, for example, a Canon movie camera, video camera, camcorder. But there's only a couple of things to keep me from selling expensive cameras. That's not really expensive, but modestly priced cameras. Two things to keep me from selling them. One is I don't want to go through the effort of filling out all the forms. And two, they don't make the cameras anymore that I use here. I use Canon Vixia. I'm very happy with it, and I don't make any money for saying that. It's also possible to have a members section for the videos that I put up at YouTube, but I don't intend to do that anytime soon. The Mega Bowl is done. Something new here, you got a white plastic dish in the banquet chicken nuggets. That's a pretty good meal. If you were to be trying to get into show business and you live in the Hollywood area, you might look on any classified ads that are in Craigslist or any source where you have people listing items for sale and employment, cars for sale, so on. Look for some company that's looking for a production assistant. Macaroni and cheese is pretty good. Time for root beer. Getting near the end of the meal here. Macaroni and cheese are just about gone. Macaroni and cheese are gone, or macaroni and cheese is gone. There have been some earthquakes in Southern California of a magnitude 4.4. For my fans who live in Southern California or Mid-California or Northern California or Oregon or Washington, or in the Midwest, in the states that are affected by the new Madrid fault zone, I'll give you a couple of tips. First, things to do before an earthquake. Make sure you don't have a mirror hanging over your bed. Make sure you don't have a painting or picture hanging over your bed. Make sure you don't have a chest of drawers that's 5 feet high that's right beside your bed. A quake that's 5 magnitude or greater can quite often have deaths associated with it, because it depends on how many people live in the area that is affected by the shaking of the ground. And the ground doesn't just shake, it moves. It goes in a specific direction, like it goes north, or it goes south, or it goes past another big piece of land. After the earth stops shaking, that's after the earthquake and after the first couple of aftershocks, you become either a victim or you become a first responder. Eat the food in the freezer first, because there might not be any electricity. So let the canned goods wait. Don't ride the elevators any more than you have to. Stucco buildings, especially those with parking underground, it is very, very possible that your car will be crushed under the weight of the falling stucco apartment building. Stay away from brick structures. There are over 1,000 buildings in Los Angeles that have brick exteriors. The bricks will break apart and fall off. Time for the not so secret dessert. It's a brownie And it comes with the chicken nuggets meal. It costs about $1.68. And I do like the chocolate muffin, chocolate brownie. Cities in the United States that will be potential earthquake sites. Where there could be a lot of damage. Include Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, St. Louis, Memphis, Las Vegas. Do be careful out there. Thanks for joining me for lunch. Always good to see you. Thanks for the good stories. Thanks for the good food ideas. And thank you for watching.